Okay, thanks for coming back for part 2 of our reaction to John Wick Chapter 4. And here we go.
Oof, that looks painful.
Under the old laws, only one can survive. You both understand that? Very good. Rules. The challenge chooses first. Time.
Sunrise. Now.
Oh, sunrise.
Location.
The Centre Pompidou.
Oh, my favorite.
Sacré-Cœur.
Oh, also an excellent choice.
Sacré-Cœur. Weapons.
Blades. Pistols.
Ha! What's it gonna be? Oh!
Dueling pistols. 30 paces.
Oh, wow.
In the event that both parties survive, each will approach the other at increments of 10 paces. Rules of engagement.
No quarter. No quarter.
If there's nothing else, gentlemen, I will
A
see.
nomination.
For?
Do you have a name?
Jane.
Should Mr. Wick be victorious, he will be free of any and all obligation to the High Table, and his second will be reinstated as the manager of the rebuilt New York Continental.
Yep, you didn't know that, did you?
You kill him, and you and your daughter will be free.
Oh, wow.
The choice is yours.
He's so shifty.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I would have to imagine a deal like that was made before.
Bonjour, Monsieur Wick, and welcome to La Resistance. How goes the grand farewell tour?
Coming to an end.
So it seems, so it seems. Kevlar front to back, the latest in ballistic chic. Appropriate for all formal occasions, weddings, funerals, high table duels. Man has to look his best when it's time to get married or buried.
I have a feeling Mr. Wick will never make it to the duel by sunrise.
What have you done?
Comprendo, señor.
Ah. That was code for go kill him now.
Yes.
I also missed that.
If you want the prize, you must finish before sunrise.
This golden oldie goes out to you, Mr. Wick.
Oh my gosh.
What does that do?
Yeah, I was wondering. We'll find out. Oh.
9mm pit viper.
How'd you get this?
I know a guy who knows a guy who shot a guy.
When I was burying Sherrod, I was torn about what to put on his gravestone.
What did you decide?
Friend.
603. Don't be late for all our sakes.
What time is it
Loving
now?
husband. That's what I want on mine.
Aw. Ooh! Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god.
My gosh.
Oh, and he's still there. What are you doing? Oh!
What?
It seems like our friend.
Gotta pick up your special gun.
That was dope. I wonder if they shot that at like at a undercranked. Like they're actually driving a little slower to make it safer. Because that was really him behind the wheel, it looked like.
Oh my gosh.
Yo.
This is crazy.
They somehow gave extra light to him just so you could see that's really him. Yo! Yo! That's wild. There's got to be a fight showdown between these two.
Yeah, for sure.
It can't just be guns.
Here it comes.
There we go.
Oh!
Oh, is he finished?
Is that it? I love the dog though.
Oh! Oh my gosh!
Literally the bestest girl. Don't hurt her!
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Yes?
Fine. You have a deal.
All right, 35 it is.
That wasn't our deal.
Yeah, well, you're a d so.
What?
What?
Now you listen to me.
40.
Oh.
D'accord.
Ah. Just like that, he switches sides.
Well, they're getting desperate. The 26 is obviously not cutting it.
It kind of makes me feel like they're players in a game or something. You know, like almost like pieces on a board game. This bird's eye view. This is crazy.
Oh my god! Yo! How are they doing this?
This is amazing.
It's pretty amazing.
Oh, here we go again. Yes. More of this. I love it. Oh. This gun is so much fun. Oh. What is up with you, Mr. Nobody? Ooh.
Gosh. How many falls is he gonna take? This dude.
All of them.
This dude.
Don't let him call the dog. Uh-oh. Why? Oh, no!
Oh yeah, he's got a special place in his heart for dogs. Do you not know how this all started? What? What the f? Are you goddamn kidding me?
He's like, I've fallen off buildings before. What time is it? Is your watch still working?
Wait, this music is, I have this song. I know this song. Justice.
Oh. That's nice too, because they're French, right?
Yeah. I've listened to this song working out so many times. I wonder how many times the same stunt guys have been redressed to get killed again.
It's like, you're just gonna be chucked down some stairs this time. Meanwhile, everybody who lives there is like, yeah, I'm just gonna stay in bed, thanks.
Oh no, now you gotta walk up those
gosh.
stairs again.
Oh, jeez. Where's your gun?
Church is inside, come on.
Come on!
You got
Oh my freaking god. Oh! Oh my god.
What a setback. Oh, jeez.
Oh my god.
Stop
it's
rolling.
Like,
Oh.
it's like freaking snakes and ladders right now. Oh, and then he just slides down? What? This guy literally, like...
Ah, God.
John? Kane?
Should we go up together?
I need you to get to the top of those stairs, John.
You gonna help?
Yeah.
Toss him.
Oh my gosh. I so wanted this to happen. Okay. I hope they're not fighting each other.
Yeah.
Not yet. Because he's not gonna get free unless
Unless
he does
kills
this
him.
fight. Yeah,
that's true.
So it's in his best interest to help him get up there.
12 or 9. 9.
I love Donnie Yen's style.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, come on, please. Take him out for him. She's like, but he saved me.
Ciao, ciao, Mr. Wick.
He's like, all right, we're even. Oh,
You can't shoot me,
why not? But he can.
but I can shoot him.
Kill his
But I can hit you. Nuts.
Oh.
My puppy.
Okay.
I
Definitely.
feel like his head would have exploded.
I thought you were a girl dog. I'm so confused.
That's some fancy shit.
30 paces.
Did he hit 30 already? Oh, okay. It's already counted out for you. I get it. I was wondering about, like, you know, people's different shoe sizes and whatnot.
Remember your daughter.
Yeah.
Commendo Deo animus vestris, incipimus ut finem. Fire!
Okay. Flesh wound. God.
20 paces.
What if they still don't die after this, though?
Fire!
Oh.
10 paces.
Oh, gosh. Brutal.
Those who cling to death live.
Those who cling to life die.
Fire!
Did he even fire?
No.
Arrêtez! Monsieur Sponsor, I claim the coup de grâce.
Oh, you.
Your weapon. Give it to me.
Is my daughter free now?
Oh, was this the plan all along?
Maybe, because he didn't fire his bullet.
Yeah. Because then his friend gets free, and then he gets free too.
Fools.
You arrogant.
Yeah, you're a prick.
He didn't shoot.
consequences.
Oh, John Wick, you clever man. Yeah, everybody hates him.
Your obligation to the table is satisfied, John Wick. You are free.
And Kane
As
is
are
free.
you and your daughter, sir.
Good.
You will be fully reinstated, Mr. Manager. Our business here now is concluded.
Wow, that's...
How is there a John Wick 5?
Well, they have the Continental back. He's still here. We've got Donnie Yen.
You owe me one. Yeah.
Oh, God, I love Donnie Yen.
Will you take me home?
Of course.
What's on his mind?
Yeah, I was just thinking he's kind of hard to read, isn't he?
What?
He's not dead, though, right?
What? What? I'm confused.
No.
До свидания, мой сын.
What?
This is the end?
No.
I thought that maybe they're just pretending that he's dead.
Yeah, for his sake.
Yeah. So that no one can come after him anymore.
I was thoroughly impressed with just the scope of it. I mean, at 2 hours and 40-something minutes, like almost 3 hours, I was a little bit concerned with the length of the movie.
Yeah.
And, you know, there were instances where I was like, that's a lot, you know, it's all great stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all done very, very well. The only thing that I didn't like during the action was there were instances where it felt like people were hanging for a second to take hits.
I definitely noticed that because I could see moments where the stunt guys were kind of like, I'm going to take my time to pick up my weapon, or like I'm holding my head going like, ow, 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 until he's ready to like kick me again or something.
Well, that's better than what I noticed, which is like people going in like, and they by all rights should throw a punch and they just don't because they're waiting for Keanu Reeves to be ready, or they put their arm in the right place instead of like making it like they're gonna follow through.
Right. Yeah.
On a move. And so there were instances where it felt like choreography, but I chucked that up to you're seeing Keanu Reeves do this himself.
Yeah.
And he is the kind of guy that is notorious for wanting to do it again and again and again and again and again. And I am not messing around when I say that. Like, he will keep going again and again. He's like, no, I can do it better. I can do it better. If you watch any of the behind the scenes of The Matrix, you'll find out what I'm talking about. Like, and we spoke to a guy who did his voiceover recording for some movie. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. He's like, I got to do it again. I got to do it again. Like, he just feels like he can perfect it or something.
Right. Yeah.
And so I would imagine you're probably exhausting these professional stunt guys, and he respects the stunt people. Like, I remember something from Matrix Reloaded or both Reloaded and Revolutions. He gave a lot of his earnings to the stunt crew.
Yeah,
you know?
He gifted his stunt team on this watches. They all got a special John Wick watch.
I thought that there was so much great stuff. Like, you know, it's like you asked the question of like quantity over quality, and it's like you got quantity of quality. It's just like a lot of stuff. Now, I feel like you still could have maybe been more selective with some of it and up the quality even further, but like there were so many like great set pieces and so much creative action in the whole thing. Like the stairway sequence towards the end, I was like, this is brutal. Like, this is a brutal sequence. You know?
Like, you feel tired for him. And I do appreciate, even though there are some things where you're like, wow, John Wick can like literally fall down multiple stories of buildings multiple times, get hit by like multiple cars, and he's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit winded, but okay.
Yeah, that would be my one thing also. It's just like, I wish that, I know that it's John Wick, and it's almost like a genre unto itself now.
Yeah.
And he has to make it through to the end and be able to like combat all these people. But there is a loss of vulnerability to his character.
But saying that, though, because what I was going to say was, yes, there is that on the one side. But on the other hand, he's still like feeling tired and winded, and he does get like, you know, shot and stabbed, and he's bleeding and stuff by the end of it. So, you know, he is crawling to the finish line, but he makes it.
I feel like he should have been crawling a little bit more.
Probably could have been, but
just a little bit more, because he jumped out the window and fell on the van.
I know,
I'm just like,
that
okay,
was ridiculous.
When you do something like that, it's one thing to end John Wick 3 that way. Then you can like chuck it up to, well, between 3 and 4 he was healing
had some
or
time
something
to
like
heal.
that. Even though that's absolutely ludicrous, you can chuck it up to he's healing. Here, he jumped out the window, fell off the van. He would have snapped his hip. And then he just kept running. And I'm like, okay.
Not to mention the multiple times that he was hit by cars coming at him, like full force. I know he jumped on one of those cars, but it still looked like it probably hurt.
All that being said, it was a really, really fun ride. And it didn't feel like 2 hours and 49 minutes. It probably felt closer to like 2 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It still felt like 2 hours plus.
It still felt like a long movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I enjoyed, you know what I enjoyed the most about this was just like the world. It was so inviting. Everything was done so aesthetically. It was just beautiful. And there were a lot of really creative ideas here with the fights. I think my favorite one was like the bird's eye view one.
That was very interesting. Yeah. That was a very fascinating. Yeah, if you ever watch AI, the one with directed by Steven Spielberg and starring Haley Joel Osment. There was a shot like that in that film. It was the first time I ever saw a shot like that used, where you're just kind of, I'm sure Spielberg got it from somewhere else, like a French movie or something. But it's the first time I saw a shot where the camera's like just going through all these different rooms and whatever, and it's like a long continuous take. It's like a set specifically built for that shot. And to see here used in an action setting, one long take, if there's any cuts, I didn't see it. I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Which is so impressive for me, because I'm usually picking up on that all the time.
Yeah.
And so I could not detect any cutting, any trickery whatsoever. So to have all that happen, and then you have that stunt guy where it's like, okay, man, it's on you now to throw your crazy, gainer aerial thing into the table, fall down, get up, and keep the action going.
Yeah.
It's like there's a lot of pressure in those kinds of sequences. I can't even imagine how much rehearsal they had to do. And even then, it's like, okay, one person screws up. Like, that's a oneer.
Yeah, you got to reset everything.
Yeah. And it really looked like Keanu Reeves was doing it all himself.
I know.
He's got a very particular way of moving. Now, can a stunt guy imitate him? Sure. But it looked like it was really him.
Yeah, no, it really did. And I feel like that kind of, really highlights for us, the audience, like it is actually him.
Oh gosh, what's gonna happen?
Oh, yeah.
Don't tell me she's gonna get killed.
Yeah, I'm not into this. Oh, she came for him. He's never gonna make it.
Oh, damn. My theory would be that, so because she murdered him, she must have violated some kind of code.
He is under no obligation to them, therefore I would imagine that they are under no obligation to him either.
I have no idea.
But also, we never actually saw him get killed. To be fair, he's a super skilled assassin. So maybe he felt her come for him.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
That's sad, though.
Okay, well then, I all my guesses are out the window. I have no good guesses as to how there can be a John Wick 5. I would think that something in that post-credits thing would clue us into how a John Wick 5 would happen. So something there is a clue. Like, why would they show us that?
Yeah.
So something there is a clue.
Unless she's the new John Wick or something. I have no idea.
I seriously doubt
that. They can't do that, though.
I feel like it's going to be linked to some kind of guilt thing where John Wick has to protect her.
Maybe.
He's got to come out, of the woodwork and protect her. Otherwise, he's going to feel obligated,
Right, yeah. Because, as Kane, a.k.a. Donnie Yen, reminded him, he's like, no, I didn't kill our friend. You did.
Yeah.
Because, And I mean, he wasn't wrong. It's like, I feel bad for him in a way because, yes, his friends chose to help him out because they're good friends, but also they wouldn't have to be put in that situation if he didn't get into all that trouble in the first place,
That's very true.
Yeah. So, yeah, I can understand why he might feel a sense of obligation towards protecting his friend's daughter, keeping her safe. But I like how that paid off, because she did have that moment where, well, Donnie Yen said to her, like, I'll be waiting for you. And then also she says to John Wick, like, hey.
Is it at all possible that she has people left alive? Because if Donnie Yen said, I'll be waiting for you, and she comes for him, and Donnie Yen takes her out, now Donnie Yen's on the run? I don't know, like,
I don't know, man.
I'm super curious. Now this is all stupid speculation.
Yeah.
It's not worthwhile.
It's not worthwhile. Let's talk about the film that we just watched.
I very much enjoyed it. I mean, setting aside some of the contrivances that we talked about a moment ago, like him jumping out that window and whatever, it's just a masterfully made movie in so many ways. And you just look at the design of the shots and the set pieces and the color and just how big it made everything look, how big Chad Stahelski made everything look with his framing and everything. I'm like, whoa, yo, like this is such a gorgeous movie. Like the non-action stuff was just as fun to watch as the action.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was talking about when I said, like, the world was just so inviting. Like, everything is just really thought out, from, the costumes to the characters to the way people move and like the shots and the locations and everything like that. It's, as someone who really appreciates beautiful things, I'm like, this is a beautiful movie.
Yes.
Like the music and everything as well. It's like, this is how you do action and make it artsy and artistic and just like so entertaining.
So for those of you who don't know, the director of this film plays Chad in Matrix, what's the new one called?
The latest one.
Matrix, it's not Revolutions, it's Matrix Resurrections.
Oh yeah, that one.
That's the same Chad. Chad plays Chad.
Chad plays Chad. It's an in-joke.
And Chad was Keanu Reeves' stunt double for the first Matrix film and for Constantine. After that, I don't know how many times he doubled him, but that's how their friendship started, as far as I know. And so, yeah, I mean, great eye. Just absolutely great eye for where to put the camera and how to shoot, how to frame. Because, like, he loves I forgot what that's called, where almost like the train tracks leaning into the distance. I forgot what they call that in art class, but it gives you that sense of three-dimensionality.
It's like perspective, basically.
Just that, exactly. That kind of perspective is just beautiful, and like down in the sewers or whatever, the underground with the boat, same thing, you could just see the stretch of the tunnel way into the background, and it gives you a sense of being part of that environment in a weird way. I wish we could have watched this in IMAX, but I'm also glad we got to share our experience with you guys, because there's no way to replicate that. Like there were some moments in there where I was just so happy. And when you can see that is Keanu Reeves, unless that was just some remarkable visual effects that it's unbeknownst to me, because today they're capable of a lot of things. But the thing is, for better or for worse, Keanu Reeves has a very, very particular way of moving. It's like kind of stilted.
Yeah, it's a little stiff.
And the stunt guys who are very, very trained at movement, I feel like it's hard to imitate that kind of thing, because you're so trained in how to be fluid and dynamic. That's like, it's hard to look worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I feel like that was all really Keanu Reeves doing all that stuff. And like, they made a point to emphasize that in the car chase sequence. They put a special light in the visor so you could see it's his face as he's doing all this car stunts, and like when he's flying around doing donuts as he's shooting at the guys, it's all him.
That was another scene that I thought was just stellar. I mean, the idea of it is just ridiculous, right? It's like, okay, let's go to the Arc de Triomphe, and like, it's a massive roundabout, and then we're just gonna do all of these crazy car stunts at this landmark that is just so well known. And like, roundabouts are crazy anyway, especially when they're that big. And he's just like driving around in the wrong direction. People are getting hit. Like, there's so much going on. It's like an orchestra, just kind of all of the different players doing different things. It was a joy to watch.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've only watched John Wick 3 once. I don't remember what happened to Halle Berry, and for a while there I was wondering if there was any relation between her and the dude in this movie with the dog.
I did wonder because of the dog.
Because of the dog, yeah. Like, I was like, is there anything, is this gonna come up at all, like that? because he knows so much about John Wick. Like he had him down, pat. But maybe that's just his character.
Maybe
his character it's his magical power. Like he knows how to track down people. That's his thing.
I am very curious about him though, because like we haven't found out too much about him yet. Like he's still very mysterious, but that's kind of what I enjoy about the characters is like they all have like a bit of mystery about them, but then like with Donnie Yen's character especially, like you really do get a sense of like why he's doing what he's doing and what his motivations are and all that. So like I liked that as well.
I thought Donnie Yen is the best John Wick guest, co-star that we've had ever.
Yeah.
Like he was just so phenomenal. Like the emotion that he carries with that burden of like he's got this daughter, and so there's like an easy understanding of his character and why his character's doing what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And those little few moments, I almost wish we got more of them, of him being able to emote, and what's going on with him, like what he's up against and like why he's doing what he's doing, even though he's against John Wick for a lot of the movie.
Well, yeah, because you understand. It's like given a choice between your daughter and your friend, I'm sorry, you're going to kill your friend.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
It got a little bit daredevil-y with him towards the end of the movie. On the stairway, I'm like, how are you? Because like they established a set of rules, and those things just never came back. Because like he was using the little beep 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 thing to determine where people were at.
John Wick was helping him out a little bit with calling out like
that went away.
Time.
That went away real quick.
Yeah.
That went away like Pogs. Like it disappeared fast. But it's fun. That's the point though, is are you having fun? I was having fun.
I was having fun.
And Donnie Yen he did such a good job of maintaining that character during the fight, because it's easy to kind of break that by accident, because he's so trained at like focusing on his opponent while he's fighting, etc. You know what I mean? Like that's what you're supposed to do. But to like kind of train yourself out of that for the choreography, where because you're looking one direction because you're blind and you don't have to look at the person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That I found that profoundly interesting. His usage of his body in a different way than he's been doing for the last several decades.
Well, talking about people using their bodies in different ways, I really enjoyed Scott Adkins' appearance in this as well. Like at first, I remember I caught a glimpse of him, I think, in one of the trailers, and I was kind of like, what? Yeah. And then seeing him like that, knowing that he's such a fit guy and, he's so skilled in martial arts and everything. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's playing a big character. How are they going to use him in this? Not only that, but they established that he was asthmatic as well. And I'm like, are they really going to add him in there and not have him have a fight scene? And then he did. In one way, it was cool to just kind of see him be this like bigger guy with like a different center of gravity, but then still be able to execute those kicks that he does,
So I have mixed feelings about the kicks.
They were too clean.
It's the thing is, when you're establishing that he's a particular size.
Yeah.
And it's okay for those who know. It's like, it's Scott Adkins. We know he's like he's going to be that skilled. You want him to put his shit on display, right?
Yeah.
I've seen him do that. I know he's capable of that. So I want to see him do a different thing, the way like Donnie Yen did a different thing here. Donnie Yen came at this a completely different way than he's done in his other films. And I wanted to see Scott Adkins. How is he going to move as a big guy? You still get to have someone who's skilled and known for that fighting. How is he going to use his body in terms of the size? But then he started throwing like high roundhouse kicks. I'm like, this character would never. Why would you do that?
Because it's Scott Adkins.
It kind of annoyed me. Annoyed is the wrong word. I just thought it was a bad choice. I watched it. I'm like, that's cool. I'm having fun, but that's not a good choice.
I mean, it definitely took me out of the character a little bit because it was a little bit different. And I agree with you. Like the way Donnie Yen moved was really cool. And I like that when a lot of thought is put into the characterization of a fight and how different characters move, because they have different skill sets and different strengths and weaknesses and whatnot. But it did make me happy to see like nice kicks coming from Scott Adkins, I'm not gonna lie.
No, I mean, I'm used to seeing that from him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to repeat myself. I'm just saying, like, I think that Scott Adkins proved himself very capable in terms of, like, the acting in this movie. That's a character we've never seen him do before.
That's true.
Like,
yeah.
if he didn't throw a single punch or a single kick, I would have still been content. I was like, yo, you provided something I did not know you could do. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't need to see him throw a single punch. But if you're going to see him fight, I need to see him fight within the scope of that character and nothing more. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
And so when you know, that was another moment where like he threw John Wick off the side of the thing, and then John Wick hit the beam and then fell to the ground. I'm like, okay, at this point he's like invincible. But, you know what I mean? But like,
hey, he's not like you. Stairs are not his nemesis.
Sure.
So.
Well, apparently they are, because he could not stop rolling down them. But
he didn't die.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking to you still, aren't I? Apparently we both are resilient to stairs.
I guess. Okay.
So,
I guess that doesn't actually
the stairs might be
work.
our nemesis, but we will fight back like nobody's business. I thought that location was really, really cool with the waterfall and all that, and then like the water pouring down during the fight. I was really feeling for like the people involved in that, because I'm like, how do you pull off a fight without eating shit? You know what I mean? In that kind of environment, because like you have all this water in your face, in your eyes, while you're throwing punches and kicks and stuff like that.
That last bit where he was like punching Scott Adkins and like the water was coming down, I was just thinking like, how are you not just breathing water?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like so uncomfortable, but they made it look cool.
That was the thing. It's like, I think in the end it was all worth it. Hopefully no one got seriously injured, but it looked so beautiful.
John Wick has always had a very specific aesthetic in terms of like the lighting and stuff, but I really, really enjoyed it again in this. Like, there's something so cool about seeing places that we know, like Paris, like Tokyo. Oh no, they were in Osaka, but you know, like just images of things that we're familiar with, but then with the different lighting and the way that they presented it to us, it was familiar and yet different at the same time, which I really liked.
The way they color graded it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
One of the things I appreciate about John Wick as a series, even though like I don't like love all of them, you know, I love the first one and I love this one.
This one.
And then the second one was probably my least favorite.
Yep.
I did like the third one. I know that, you know, up for debate between people, like between 2 and 3.
I enjoyed 3.
But what I like about John Wick as a series is that, unlike Fast and Furious, like there's a sense of consistency to it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It doesn't like, there's no one going out into outer space. There seems to be a consistent tone through the franchise. And that makes sense, and it's escalating appropriately, as opposed to just balls to the wall and saying it's like, now that first film is unrecognizable. You know, like Fast just took it to a whole other level that doesn't even make any sense with relationship to the first one. Like you look at Fast 1 and Fast 10, it's like, those are the same series.
Yeah.
How is that even? Whereas John Wick 1 and John Wick 4, like you can see how they're related very easily.
Well, there's definitely a progression.
Yes,
but
exactly.
Yes, you can still see how they're related, and I think for me as well, just learning more about the lore, about like the Continental, the High Table, and all of the kind of weird archaic rules that holds everyone in place is so fascinating to me, because it's like we're buying into this idea that there's this whole underworld with its strange rules and families and like grudges and contracts and all of that's happening right under our noses, and it's really fun.
I think that would be the last thing I was hoping for with this film, is to kind of crack that open even more. Because I felt like a lot of that lore kind of got tossed aside in favor of just more action, and it's like we got just enough to get the story going, but I actually would have liked to have explored that more.
Well, there's more John Wick universe content coming, so maybe that's something that they can explore more in the show.
I don't care about the show. I mean, I haven't seen the trailer yet, so that's not fair. If Keanu Reeves is not involved, I'm just like, hey.
But it's your bae, Ana de Armas, isn't it?
Okay, you got my attention. You had me at Anna. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Hopefully you enjoyed this with us. Please subscribe, bell icon, all notifications, and vote this up if you're watching this on YouTube. If you're watching this on Patreon or memberships, thanks so much for supporting us here. I'm Jaby Achara. This is
Achara Kirk. Good job.
Peace out.